Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today for you all, I'm going to be doing my hashtag Diversathon TBR. And so, before I get into the TBR, I have a few things to say about diversity, which honestly, I've been wanting to make a book about, not a book, I've been wanting to make a video about diversity for as long as can remember, to be honest. I mean, ever since I started my channel, I always thought about this one video. And so, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and straight to the point so we can get into the TBR. So guys, basically, here's what I have to say. Diversity matters. It matters because diversity, it's everything. It's universal. It has to do with everyone. It has to do with you, your family, your friends, your neighbors. It's universal. Diversity matters to everybody because at the end of the day, guys, we're all diverse. We're all our own person. We all believe in different religions, and we all have different ethnicities and different races, and we all come from our own different background. We all go through different things. Some things, your friends may go through some things and you may not go through those things, or you may go through some things and your friends may not go through those things. But diversity, it's universal and it does matter. So before you go out and you say you hate diversity or you think diversity doesn't matter, please just think about it. Ask yourself, can you really think of a legitimate reason as to why diversity doesn't matter? Because diversity is you. You are diversity. You yourself are a diverse person. And saying you hate diversity is like saying you hate yourself and your friends and your family. Because, like I said, everyone's diverse. We're all different races, ethnicities, have different experience and different experiences and different backgrounds. It's all different and it's unique, and that's what makes the world great, because we're all our own person. That's why the world is, that's why we love ourselves. That's why we love the world, because it's all different. And that's what makes it special. That's what makes the world special. And I'm sure you guys have read at least a few YA books where it's set in a world futuristic or maybe not futuristic, and like the society, everybody is the same and does the same things. And always with those books, we always have this one character, a main character who we follow, who breaks out of that shell, who shows the difference from being normal and being themselves, being true to yourself and true to who you are deep down inside. And so honestly, guys, that's really all I have to say about it. That's my point. That's me. This is me. This is my opinion. This is what I have to say about it. And so really, just getting this off my chest feels great, honestly, because I've been sitting on this for a long time, and I'm glad to finally be able to just have it out here in the world. So, without further ado, let's jump into the hashtag Diversathon TBR. So, first off, I have Zia by Scott Odell, and this is a book about a Native American girl and her brother who travel back to their home island, their home native island. I think it's off the coast of California, and they're trying to find their aunt. And I'm going to leave it at that, because this is kind of sort of a sequel to Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell, which I read, and I loved that book, guys. I loved it. I got in first in the 4th grade. I read a nice chunk of it, but I didn't actually ever pick it back up and finish it until like last year. And no, not last year, about 2 years ago. But guys, I'm excited for this because I loved Island of the Blue Dolphins so much, and knowing that there was a sequel that I hadn't even heard about until I just got on Goodreads one day and looked at it. And so I'm really excited about this, and this has to do with the Native American heritage, which I really do not see a lot about at all, and it's really sad because this is a culture that basically genocide was committed against them, and I feel like we should know more about them and their culture and their history. Next, I have The Lions of Little Rock by Kristen Levine, and this is a book about 2 girls in Little Rock, Arkansas in the 50s who form a friendship, and one is white, one is black, and as you all know, the 1950s, that's the civil rights times, and so there's stuff going down, and you guys already know basically from the time period that I've just given that this book is set, and obviously it's a problem that they're friends, and basically it's them trying to be friends and them trying to overcome adversity with their friendship, and honestly it's just them trying to be friends in a society that doesn't want them to be friends for really just reasons, just because of the color of their skin. And so I'm really excited to read this book because one of my good friends, Amina, she read this and she said it was really good, and she doesn't read a lot, so if she thinks it's really good and she doesn't read a lot, I'm gonna have to read it for her so we can talk about it. Next, I have The Royal Diaries, Nzinga by Patricia McKisley. I think that's how you say the name. I'm not sure. The last name's a little difficult. And so this is a Royal Diaries book about an African warrior princess in Matamba. And she's from Angola, Africa. And this was in 1594. No, 1595. Yeah. And so that's the time period of Nzinga, this warrior princess. No, not warrior princess, warrior queen. Let me correct myself there. Of Matamba. And so basically, this is a book about her trials and tribulations. Her daughter's the chief of their tribe in Africa, and it's around that time when there are people on ships coming over trying to basically take over, settle on their lands and things like that. And they're trying to peacefully but kind of forcefully stop this from happening because they want to keep their lands. And I'm really excited to read this book because even though it's super short, it's actually about the main character's African and she was a real person. And in the back, it also has a pretty decent history in the back about about Nzinga and Africa and what was going on in these times, and basically just everything that was going on. And I'm looking forward to it because this will be a really different read for me because honestly I've never read anything like this. I've never even heard about anything like this, to be honest, and I didn't even know this was a real person. I didn't even know she existed. And so discovering this book, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. Next I have The Blossoming Universe of Violet Diamond by Brenda Woods. And this is a book about a biracial girl who basically, it's kind of like a custody battle between her family. And it's interesting because she's never met the black side of her family, and it's really just because, like, it's split up. This book kind of reminded me of the movie Black or White, but kind of different because it's not exactly, I wouldn't put this up with the movie Black or White, to be honest. I feel like this is different in itself, honestly, because I feel like this girl's situation is a little bit more different from the way the other girl's situation in that movie was. And so basically, that's all I really needed to know because this sounds really good. It sounds relatable, and I feel like there are a lot of people like this in the world, especially today, who probably have problems like this, resembling to this, and things like that. And I feel like this would be a very educational read. And finally, I have Red Thread Sisters by Carol Antoinette Peacock. And this is about two Chinese sisters, or best friends. No. Yeah. They're friends. These are about two Chinese best friends who meet in an orphanage, and then one gets adopted and basically taken away from the other, and it's them trying to find each other again and keep in touch and basically get together again because they're really just there, like, because they're about 11 years old when this book kicks off. And so, you know, it's just the trials and errors of this. And honestly, I'm looking forward to this book because I feel like this will be a very diverse read for me because I haven't read anything with any characters who are Chinese, honestly. And I feel like this will be really good too, especially since it's like a contemporary and a realistic fiction as well. And also, I haven't really read anything about orphanages either. And so this seems like it would be pretty interesting, especially seeing as it's a modern story in an orphanage and the main characters are Chinese and they get separated. It just sounds like, it gives me feels about like Me and My Sister, like what if this was us? What if this was us and we got separated? And honestly, I just feel like the feels. I feel like I will get serious feels from this book. So guys, there you have it. That is it for my TBR, and here are all the books I have. They're all pretty skinny because, you know, I'm busy with other stuff, and I figured the less intimidating, the better. And plus, these are all very unique and diverse stories, and they're all virtually different. And I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited for this. I'm glad to be able to sit and read books about characters and situations and different stories about people who aren't like me, who are going through situations that I haven't gone through, because, guys, that's the beauty of diversity. And so that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Let's start a discussion, guys. I really want to start a discussion, so please feel free to comment down below about any thoughts you have on diversity or these books here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!